Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be looking at section 4 of the listening test. So let's have a look at some of these questions and how to answer some of them. Okay, so here is our section 4 question sheet. Of course, first look at the instructions, one word only, as is so often the case with section 4. The question type is pretty typical for section 4. It's a note completion. Of course, in section 4, you need to answer all the questions without a break in between, but you do have about a minute to look at the questions before the recording starts. Okay, secondly, look at our title, Ocean Biodiversity. Now, you might not know what biodiversity means, but bio is a very common prefix used in words. I have a list of prefixes up on the website that you might want to have a look at, but bio has to do with life or living. As for diversity, well, whether or not you know the word, I guess boils down to your language skills at this level. Now, next, we're going to look at these subheadings, biodiversity hotspots. Now, when you think about the word hot in a meaning that's not completely literal, hot could mean like something's very popular, but in this case, hotspots is a spot, of course, is a place, but it doesn't refer to temperature and it doesn't refer to popularity, but it refers to how much of something can be found in this place. So here we have bio, meaning life, biodiversity hotspots. So spots in the ocean where you can find a lot of life. If you look at the second subheading, well, this is an academic lecture being given and the recording. So we have a name and a date. So probably a researcher. Same thing here. Then we have senses of marine life. Marine is a fairly common word. Global Marine Species Assessment. Well, we can see the word marine is repeated here. So if you don't know what the word marine means, now is maybe a good time to go look it up. And recommendations at the end. Okay, so let's look at our questions. Question number 31. Keywords, locating targets. Of course, locating meaning to find something. Target. Well, if we go and have a look at the script, we can actually see how this is paraphrased in the listening. Again, let's try it. Line. Okay, so instead of target, we see here key areas. So that is the way that this word is paraphrased in the actual listening. Okay, if we look at the questions concerning Boris worm, question number 32, found that ocean hotspots were not always rich in something something. Well, rich here, of course, means to contain a lot of something. For question number 33, here we have the preposition at the something. So at leads me to believe that the answer is probably going to be a location. Had sufficient blah 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 in the water. Well, since this has to do with ocean life, we would imagine this would be some kind of nutrient or some kind of food. The section about Lisa Balance. Now, question number 35. Marine something. Now, we know the answer is going to be a noun. Well, we don't know that. We can safely assume that the answer is going to be a noun, because the answers so often are nouns. Okay, so here under, we look at senses of marine life, living under, so we can expect a place. because it's a preposition under. And then here with global marine species assessment, we're going to have to go through all of this listening to get to question 37, rate of something. Now, from your writing practice, you might know which words often go with rate. Rate of increase, rate of decrease, rate of decline, something like that. So we can probably expect the answer to be something along those lines. Now, for question 38, we have this keyword distribution. I choose distribution as a keyword because it's the closest word to the answer. For each one, that's not going to help us find the answer. Distribution would be the best word to choose as a keyword. Now, the way that things are distributed, of course, means the way that they are either spread out or where we can find them. It has to do with location. So 20,000 species. So let's go and see how the word distribution was paraphrased here. So here we have the 20,000 species. Let's get a line here. And actually we find they use exactly the same words. So we have assess, we have the word distribution. Here is the 20,000 species. So the question is actually easier than it sounds, or that it looks like here. Now, for question 39, here we have the word corridor. Now, you might be familiar with the word corridor in housing, where corridor means the same as a hallway or something similar to that. So, in this context here, where they talk about the ocean, it has kind of a similar meaning. It's a narrow, safe space for certain animals. Because here we see the word reserves. If you think about nature reserves, those are places where animals can find sanctuary. So corridor is like a safe space for animals. By using the word corridor, they do make it sound like it's pretty narrow though. And then the last question, catch fish only for the purpose of. Well, of course here, our keyword is going to be purpose. And if we're going to go look at the script, let's see. Okay. So here we see they talk about the problem. Commercial fishing, which, well, they start off here talking about fishing quotas. Catch fish only for the purpose of something, something. So if only these boats used equipment which was more selective, so that only the fish wanted for consumption were caught, this problem could be overcome. So if you look at this question here, catch fish only for the purpose, the way that the answer is phrased in the script, there's no real direct paraphrasing of the word purpose. So we have to intensely listen to find the answer. This is not a case of just one word giving us the answer. This is a case where we need to listen to a whole section of the sentence in order to be able to answer the question. Okay, so I'm posting the answers on the site, so you can have a look, and good luck. And in the next video, I'm going to be looking at the reading passages and giving you some ideas on how to approach reading. See you then. And in the next video, I'll be looking at section 4 of the same test.